For some reason, women are getting angry at me again. It comes and goes. Frankly, I think if women aren't getting angry at me, I'm not doing my job. But the number of women calling in here to yell at me, to complain, to freak out, the number who want to call in here and try to insult me or intimidate me has grown exponentially over the last few days. I don't understand it. I had one woman calling in here, oh, she was going to reveal the scoop. She knew somebody who knew me personally. And he knew what I was really like. And then she took forever getting to the point. I wanted to hear what she knew. She just couldn't say it in less than 5 minutes of airtime. They're angry. They're angry. They're angry. I don't know if it's the economy. I don't know if they've been dumped by their husbands or their boyfriends because of me. I don't know if it's because I'm ruining things for them. But lately, the number of women who write and call and get pissed has grown exponentially. I might add, at the same time, and this is a phenomena, a paradox, if you will, that at the same time women get angrier at me, there is also an increasing number of women writing to me, sending me naked pictures of themselves and their phone numbers at the same time. Oh, yeah. These go up and down at the same time. So when the number of women complaining about me goes down, so does the number of women who are soliciting my services. The number of women who want to get with me. It always gets better when women hate me and they're yelling at me. The other women come out of the woodwork like crazy. And I do love that. I don't know what it is about me. I'm just doing a radio show here. I'm just earning a living. This is a show that's aimed at guys anyway. What is it about women listening to this show, calling in, yelling at me? What is it about me that makes them so upset? The little ladies just they get their panties in a wad over this program. Seriously. I'm hearing chicks who sound like they're going to hang themselves with their own tampon strings, for Christ's sake. No idea what the hell is going on. Jesus. I see a radio program as being like a tea kettle, okay? The show is like a pot of boiling water. It's not boiling when you put it on the gas, right? You put it on and it starts off kind of cool. And then you see little bubbles start to appear in it. And eventually you have to blow off steam and you see that tea kettle starting to whistle. That's where we're at now with chicks. The broads are angry. The broads are upset. The broads are pissed. They're pissed at me. I know many of you out and out hate my guts. Now, say what you will, ladies. There's only one radio program with the balls to take on people like you who hate me. Our screener, Dean J. D'Amelio, he clears all the phone lines. And in this case, he'll clear all the phone lines not only of sycophants, supporters, fans, Tom lovers, 101 students. He clears all of them off the line. He's also going to clear men off the line. Just going to clear the decks so that women with bile, women who are bitter, women who are angry, women who hate the sound of my voice, women who hate what I stand for, hate my show, hate my way of doing business, women who hate my crew, women who hate the topics we talk about, women who hate my opinions. Only those women are going to be allowed on the air this hour. In fact, those women are the only people we're getting on this hour. And of those, it's only the women who absolutely hate my guts. You can say I'm afraid if you want. You can call in here all you want and say what a pussy I am. Name another show that does this. Name another talk show where the host is not afraid to talk just to haters. If you are a hater, you can call me here right now at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Now, this is an hour for people who absolutely hate me, detest me. Think the world would be a better place without me, or at least a better place without my show. If you have mild distaste, mild dislike, occasionally disagree, kind of think it's funny but kind of offensive, this is not the hour for you to call in. You can listen. You can enjoy the show for what it is. But that's not the kind of person I want calling in. I want bile. I want anger. I want those who hate me. Women who hate me. I'm going to make it even easier for the little ladies who don't want to break a fingernail dialing over and over. I'm going to take just the women who hate me. I'm not even going to take the men who hate me this hour. I'm just going to talk to the chicks. So if you are one of those chicks, if that's you, call me here at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. Try the phone lines. Dean has cleared the decks. You will get right through. You can't use as an excuse, oh, the phones are busy or I don't have time. This is your golden opportunity, ladies, to tell me why you hate me. And I want to know why you hate me. Primarily for my own amusement. But if you think you're smarter than I am or articulate than I am, if you are able to articulate your rage against me and make me look bad, if you think you can do that, ladies, call me right now at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. And ladies, if you're in another country and you hate me, the number we give out, the 800 number, will not work where you are. We even have an international phone line just for you ladies who hate me in other countries. You dial the country code, it's 1. The area code is 323. And the telephone number is 520-6211. I'll give you that whole mouthful again here, ladies. It's 1-323-520-6211. I will take lady haters from around the world. All you broads out there who want to call in and mess with me, you go right ahead. 1-800-5800-TOM in the United States. Outside the United States, 1-323-520-6211. Let's start this hour with Jessica as I talk to the women who hate me on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, Tom, to say I hate you gives you entirely too much credence. That's like saying I hate a handicapped, mentally challenged child, okay? I don't hate you.
So you think I'm a retard? So you think I'm a retard?
Well, if you let me talk without interrupting, which
No. Well, first of all, you're not going to tell me the terms of the conversation. I'm the host of the show, and I will dictate the terms, and you will take them or leave them. And in this particular case, I will interact with you anytime I damn well feel like it, and you will not go on and on and on endlessly without any kind of challenging. That's not going to happen here.
I have no desire to go on and on endlessly.
You what?
I have no desire to go on and on endlessly.
Well, you're not going to tell me not. You're not going to tell me not to interrupt on my own program. If you want to tell people not to interrupt, get your own program.
I couldn't prey on the stupid and the, go for people's gut reactions like you do. You absolutely say the most outrageous things to get ratings. And to me, that's the simplest way.
But by the way, are you under the impression that people say things on the radio that are not to get ratings?
No, not at all. But some people have standards about what they'll say to get ratings.
Really? Like what standards would those be?
Well, for instance, maybe not preying on people's fears and weaknesses just to get them to call in.
Wouldn't that describe most conservative talk radio?
I don't think so. No.
So when you're on the air talking about weapons of mass destruction or 9/11 or Afghanistan or Iraq and we have to have more money, have more military, that's not playing on people's fears and ignorance?
I think you can be passionate about a subject without totally misrepresenting it, okay?
Well, what have I misrepresented? I want to hear now the specific subjects I've misrepresented. Go ahead.
Oh, you take things down to the most base generalizations just for ratings. And just
for example, let's hear which ones. I want to hear which ones you're talking about.
For example, when you say, don't support the baby mama. You know, that's a big one. You know, that is the most gross generalization.
Number one, I never said any such thing. I have always told men to pay their child support. You're just plain wrong. I have told men don't marry single mothers, don't date single mothers, but I have never told men not to pay child support. You're simply wrong. I have also told men don't get married so you don't have to pay alimony. And alimony and child support are not the same thing. You're just wrong.
You do imply all the time that all women are after your dollar, the dollar bill.
No, darling. You assume that's what I'm implying, but I've been very direct and specific, and I have said on this program, all women are not after the dollar because fat and fugly women could never get a dollar out of a man if they tried.
In that kind of statement that you said. Just
but
like
it's a fact.
A handicapped child.
Or a fact.
Like it too much.
What?
You know? I said, just like me saying it's like hating a handicapped child. You go to the lowest base thing. You go, boom, let's talk about the fat and fugly. Because
the fat and fuglies, which, by the way, make up the majority of women out there.
There you go. There's one of your wonderfully well-thought-out statements, Tom.
One easy, handy-dandy trip to Pavilions in the produce department. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, look around you. Unless that place is located, that supermarket is located in Beverly Hills or Malibu, trust me when I tell you, you're going to be around a bunch of women in floral print stretch pants, short hair, kids running around. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm not at work at 10 in the morning. That's when I'm at the supermarket. I've seen it.
That's right. And when the majority of women that are successful and have careers and look fantastic are working is when you're at the supermarket and when we're driving home and we had Adam Kroll on in the morning and now we got to listen to you until we have these.
You don't have to, darling. Darling, there's 81 other radio stations in Southern California. You could easily be listening to one of those. The reason you listen is because this station has the best content of anybody.
I will agree with you that Adam Carolla is a genius, and you are a byproduct from my discipline. You are strictly a byproduct of me not turning him off in the morning before I get out of work.
Darling, do you have an arthritic hand? Are you incapable of changing the station? Oh, I just love it. That was so articulate. You bitch.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. Oh, you tuned in the right hour. This is why you have to tune in every hour, every day. You never know what we're going to do. And in this hour, I'm talking to the women who hate me. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Karen on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Is that a question or a statement?
No, it's a statement. I'm saying hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I am one of your lady haters. I'm not a broad. I'm not any of that. I happen to be 5'9", 125 pounds. I have had 4 children, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm 48 years old. And you know what? I'm married, have been married for over 21 years, and I've got a lot of guys that hit on me all the time. I'm not saying I'm dog meat, and I'm not saying I'm anything exceptionally beautiful, but I'm very good looking. And
at 48, you can't be that good looking.
You know what? I am. And
you can't be?
I am. And you know, what can I say? You know, I'm 34, 25, 36.
Yeah, but it's 34, 25, 36 of crow's feet, stretch marks, veins from having children.
I've
Come on.
got children. I've got my son who's 19 and my son who's almost 18. They have friends. Let me see. What is it that they call me? I can't remember.
Oh, a MILF, right?
No. What'd you say?
A MILF?
A MILF. Yeah, they say I'm a MILF. And then when I realized what that was, it's like, well, is that a compliment or not? And apparently
You
it's a
loved it.
compliment.
You loved it.
You know what? It's good for my ego. But what
There
I can
we go.
say, huh?
But of course, guys your son's age will have sex with a milk bottle.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I don't have fake boobs. I don't need anything like that to turn men on. I'm not out to get anybody's money. They could keep it for all I care. I could care less.
It's not the point. Don't change the subject. We're talking about how good-looking you think you are. And clearly you're delusional if you think a bunch of 18-year-old boys saying you're a MILF means that you're a beauty pageant contestant.
You know, I'm not a beauty pageant contestant. I don't go that low. But I am a very good-looking woman, and I've got people who tell me I am, and trust me, I don't have a big head about it. Only with you I do. And the reason for my call is to let you know I hate you and why I hate you. I don't think you're a pussy. I think you're a Richard Cranium. That's what I think you are. And I think that what you
that's really clever.
You know, it's because I don't use the language of the functionally illiterate. I would just as soon, call you a Richard Cranium or a pencil Richard.
Well, how would you know, darling? You didn't complain when I had you.
Look, dear, you didn't have me. You're not that lucky.
How do you know?
I know for a fact. I've had 2 men in my entire life.
In your entire life?
Yes, and you are not one of them.
Well, darling, you clearly are not that attractive.
You know what? It's just that I believe in very monogamous relationships. My first relationship was with a boyfriend. I was with him for almost 10 years, and then I met my husband, and I've been with him ever since.
And
I've produced 4 beautiful children. One
we've heard that already.
Singer.
Heard it already. You don't repeat your material, darling.
Oh, no. I'm not. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm calling is to tell you that I hate you, and the reasons I hate you is I hate what you preach these people.
Not to give money to delusional women like yourself who think that you're hotter than you are? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm hotter. Excuse me, I'm hotter than I am?
No. That's not what I said, darling. I know you're getting older and the hearing is starting to go, but what I'm saying is what you hate is when I tell guys not to give money to delusional women who think they're hotter than they are?
Oh, no. No, that part's cool. I don't mind that part. But what I do mind is you say, you go out and you get sex and I have to pay for it.
Yeah,
and
why should we have to pay you?
You think that having dinner with the girl, you automatically get sex. So what is up with that? Besides that just, increases
Well,
our
I've
birth
solved
rate
that
of
problem.
illegitimate kids.
I have solved the problem. I told the guys don't have dinner with women. That will solve the problem.
You tell them not to have dinner, taken out for drinks. My son listens to you, and I'll tell you, when I want to get agitated, when I want to rev up for an argument with my husband, I listen to you. And that revs me up, man. I'll tell you what, you get me going. But I'll tell you this, it's people like you who preach the garbage that you do to these young men.
So your son likes it.
No mind.
So your son likes it.
Then what's in their pants? They end up with illegitimate kids. Yes, you tell them to use condoms, but do you think that your listeners are smart enough to have the discipline to use condoms?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't. Listen to them.
They're every bit as smart as you, darling.
Excuse me?
They're every bit as smart as you.
No, I don't think so. If they were as smart as me, they'd keep it in their britches.
Yeah? Well, does your son keep it in his britches? Probably not.
You know what? I can guarantee you my kids are all virgins.
You cannot guarantee that.
I can guarantee you that.
No, you can't. And if your son is a regular listener here, trust me, he's not.
Well, I would love to have him call you just to tell you that he is. I'm not saying he's never introduced.
Oh, I'll bet he'd love to call a radio program and tell the entire world he's a virgin.
You know what? He'd be pretty proud of it because the other kids in his class, or the 19-year-old, the 17-year-old's questionable. My 19-year-old has got some pretty good morals, and he stands by them, and he will stick by them until he's married. Like I said, my 17-year-old, he's another story.
Look, your sons are going to get laid. They're going to get laid before they get married. They probably already have gotten laid.
My 17-year-old is possible, but not my 19-year-old.
And they shouldn't spend 10 cents on the process.
You know what? Usually when you're in high school, you don't spend any money to get it in the back seat. If that's
good.
True.
But no proms, no dinners, no Starbucks. Forget it.
Well, you know what? And most kids don't. That's why we get a lot of teenage pregnancies. But with you
so
have to continue to preach
so
that.
if teenage men spent more money on dates, they would have less illegitimacy. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying if they would just use their discipline and keep it in their britches, there would be a lot
Well,
less.
they don't. And since they don't, I'm here to tell them how to do what they want to do.
Yeah, but you told me to use condoms, and like I said, do you think that they've got enough
Get
brain
condoms.
in their skull?
Well, if you have a stupid son, what can we do? If you have a stupid son, what can we do? If your children are that stupid, what can we do?
Well, that's my point. I think you are preaching the fact that they should go out and have sex because that's what they want to do,
Which
instead
they
of
do.
doing the right thing.
Which they want to do.
No, the right thing is to
And in most
abstain.
cases, they're doing it.
The right thing is to abstain until they can afford to have that child.
No. The right thing is they're going to have sex anyway. And the right thing is to not impregnate anybody and not spend any money getting laid.
And you know what? That's all well and good for those folks who could care less. But my point is those people that you preach to do not have the discipline to stop
And
what they're
I would
doing in
never,
the heat of the
and
moment
I also
put on a
recommend
rubber.
never to have sex with any woman who wouldn't have an abortion.
Oh, speaking of abortion, are you for abortion?
Yes.
Obviously you are. Now, how would you have felt if your mother aborted you?
Again, then I wouldn't be here doing the show. Big deal.
You're right. And you know what? And your filth would not be preached
What
to
if
these-
my father
these-
wasn't so lazy and went to the drugstore and got condoms? Same thing.
You know what? If he pulled out in time, you wouldn't have been here either.
Darling, that's your ignorance. And by the way, you can verify this at PlannedParenthood.org or any number of websites that have information. The so-called pull-out method is a myth. It doesn't work.
You know, and I'll agree with you there because I know that you guys, lack the discipline or the ability to hold it back at any point during your foreplay or whatever. But all I'm saying is...
So why are you spreading misinformation on the radio?
Well, I'm not spreading misinformation.
Yeah, you did. You just said if you guys would pull out in time, there's no such thing.
I'm the first one to admit my wrongs. Did I not just admit it? Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys can't.
So what you're
pull
saying
back.
is, you know that guys can't pull back, and that's not because guys are pigs or guys are jerks. That's because it's physically impossible.
You're absolutely right. But it's physically possible for your listeners to use their brain, have some discipline, and use that condom. And you know what? I would venture
And
to guess.
they do.
I would venture to guess 90% of your listeners don't even use condoms.
You have no idea. You're guessing. You clearly are guessing.
And so are you.
And I might add that I didn't say what percentage use condoms. You did.
I know, but I'm saying you're guessing too. You have no idea if they're using condoms.
Darling, again, I'm guessing, but I'm not quoting percentages like you.
You know what? I'm guessing. I'm guessing that the majority of your
That's
listeners
your
are
guess.
not using condoms. And I'm not your darling.
Well, darling, all I know, sweetheart, is that when you look at the psychographic material about this program, the research that's been done, we have a higher than average annual household income listening to this program, higher than average education, higher than average ownership of real estate, higher than average luxury car ownership. You can go down the list. It's documented. Don't base what you think about the people who listen to this show on what the callers say. The callers
God.
represent
Listen to their grammar.
the callers represent less than 1/10% of the people who listen to the program.
You know what? But it's the people that actually call your program who sound as ignorant. I mean, they make all of your listeners sound ignorant. I am by far ignorant.
So
And I occasionally.
So now you believe you sound ignorant. Well, I can't believe you sound ignorant.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
You just said that these callers make all of my callers sound ignorant, and I'm saying I can't believe that you think that you yourself are ignorant. It's amazing.
No. I didn't say all your callers.
Yes, you did. That's what you said.
All of your callers that call in that are that do not agree with you. I'm sorry. Let me retract that. All of the callers that call in, these young men and these young women, make all of your listeners sound. I mean, it just makes your whole program.
Well, it means the same thing.
Ignorant.
So you're saying the callers make people like you seem ignorant, and I'm amazed that you think it would be that easy to make you sound ignorant.
No, it's callers.
You
like
are
me
a
that
listener.
try to
You are a listener. You are a listener.
No, it's callers like me that.
Can you hear me?
That make
Can you
some
hear
people
me?
sound
Can
smart.
you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're a listener.
Can you hear me now?
You just said you can hear me. You are a listener.
I am an occasional listener, like I said, when I
All
want
right.
to get revved up.
And these callers are making you look ignorant. You just said so.
No.
You said that the callers are making the listeners look ignorant. All the listeners look ignorant.
No. Except for the women that are calling to hate you today. You cannot put us in that category.
Oh, stop it, darling. What you hate is that your son.
Darling.
What you hate is that your son loves listening to this show, and that I'm giving him the keys to the vault. I'm giving him the keys to getting laid without spending time and wasting money on chicks who don't put out.
You know what? There is one thing that he said to me that I said, you know what? That's okay. And then what you told him, or what you said on the radio one day is, you know what? If you know, don't spend the money on dinner. If you just want to see if you like the girl, take her out for a drink. Although my son doesn't drink, take her out for a smoothie or whatever. See if you like her. You know what? That's
I never ever said. I never. But that's not what I said. I never said take a chick out for a smoothie ever.
No. You said a drink. I'm telling you, my son doesn't drink alcohol.
Right.
So he would in return. I mean, in trade, he would take her out for a smoothie, Starbucks, or whatever, anything but alcohol, because he's not old enough to drink anyway. But he doesn't drink alcohol. But all I'm saying is that's besides telling kids to or people in general to use condoms, that's the only other sane thing that you've ever said, and that is, if you want to get to know somebody, take him out for a drink. Nothing wrong with that. What is that?
But but you see, you're getting me wrong and you're misquoting me. I don't think guys care to get to know anybody. They want to get to know how to get their pants off. That's what guys want to get to know.
Those are the dogs that usually end up living very unfulfilling lives. They're to be pitied.
I'm one of them, and my life is anything but unfulfilling. I travel. I have money up the yin-yang. I own every possible gadget and toy you can imagine. Yes. And I love my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been because I don't have somebody like you in my ear all the time.
Trust me, I don't nag my husband.
Sure.
He can do whatever the heck he wants. I really don't
I'll believe that when I hear him say it for himself without you in the room.
Oh, you know what? I'll give him your number and have him call you. I really don't care.
Anyone married to you has got to be pussy whipped.
You know what? They're not. Trust me. No, you don't know me, so you can't say they are.
I think I know enough.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. This hour I'm talking to the women who hate me, but before I continue, the latest from Del Mar. We have the results of the 6th race, and let's head to the track.
All in. And away they go to a perfect start. Polish Pete from the outside gate is very fast, and now there goes Cabello to take over. Inside of that is Kotati. DTB is right there. Bass River in the white cap going up a joint second, and Pack Your Bags at the rail. They're all grouped together here. Dakar Guy and Roar of Eagles, the last two. Past the half mile they go, and Cabello's gone clear just over length. Bass River right there down at the rail. On the far side is Kotati. Between those two is DTB. They've been followed by Polish Pete, who's now 4 off that leader. Down at the rail, Pack Your Bags. Dakar Guy is going to have to go wide, and Roar of Eagles is 6 off them. Compact as they come to the quarter pole. Cabello is still in front. DTB comes to take him on from second. Then Bass River. Dakar Guy making ground, although hooked wide into the turn. And now here comes Pack Your Bags and the gold sleeves. Pack Your Bags coming to tackle the leaders too. Homeward bound, 4 of them in a line now. Cabello on the inside, up alongside DTB. Pack Your Bags is in there. Dakar Guy. Bass River tries to get involved late. DTB has the advantage from Pack Your Bags. DTB on the inside's going to get there. DTB, one in the neck. Pack Your Bags, Dakar Guy, and Bass River.
DTB winning the 6th race at Del Mar today. And very exciting. By the way, you might have noticed that you could have had the Daily Double there. DTB was first, and Pack Your Bags was second. There's quite the combination. That's an actual race. Congratulations to the owner of DTB, Sam Maggio. DTB now winning another race. Very exciting. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This hour, I'm talking to the women who hate me. That could be you. Let's say hello here to Chris. Chris, you're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I hate the fact that you're on the radio. As a
Why?
civil libertarian and an attorney, I will defend your right to be on the radio. However, because of the impact that you've had on my son's thinking, and no doubt on many other women's sons, I just hate the fact that you're spewing forth your nonsense over the airwaves and that my son is addicted to you.
Well, I should say thank you for defending the First Amendment and my right to exercise my free
course.
speech.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, next time you defend somebody on free speech grounds, remember, you're defending all of us,
That's right.
including me.
That's right. Absolutely. I'll tell you, I'm a civil libertarian.
So it would not change your position now that you know the effect that some of the speech can have.
Absolutely. I would defend the KKK. Marching, you know.
So you see me as similar to the KKK, do you?
No, absolutely not. And I don't see you as having anywhere near the negative impact that, for example, the right-wing fear spewers have, because the effect they're having is war, okay? The KKK, their effect is extremely negative. Yours is very negative, I think, because you're distorting the truth. You make these broad generalizations about women, and you base...
What other kind of generalization would you make about broads than a broad one?
Ha, ha, ha. Very good. But really, it's nothing more than just gross generalization.
Well, as you know, just about everything you say on TV or radio has got to be a generalization because you're talking to millions of people. You can't do a program that takes people on a case-by-case basis.
But if you went on the radio and said, oh, most Jews are conniving, greedy, evil people, that would, to me, that's just not right.
Well, I don't happen to believe that's true.
It's not true. And it's...
But the things I say here, I do believe.
Well, perhaps what you say is based on anecdotal evidence, it seems to me.
Of course. But you have, I don't know if you've been listening regularly. Your son would certainly know. Many times I talk about things using anecdotal evidence that later they're borne out by scientific research, by empirical research.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard a lot of empirical research because mostly I hear you when my son's listening to you and we're in the same car together, or when I go in his room and he's listening. He listens to you like 24/7.
Really?
Yeah, and
so he listens to the reruns late at night and stuff?
Pardon me?
So he listens to the reruns late at night, the podcast?
He's on the internet, and he has tapes of your show.
Wow.
And he's just a real disciple, I guess.
And how has it changed his thinking?
It's changed his thinking radically because he was raised by a woman who's a very independent woman who doesn't care about getting what she can get from a man in terms of money, you know, who believes in, you know, you go and do the things that make you happy, I'll do things that make me happy as long as we're happy together, you know, and we stay together and raise our child, or otherwise we shouldn't be having kids together. And this is the way my friends are. This is the way my parents were. This is the way the people he's...
Yeah, but of course your friends are going to be like you.
Right, and your women that you've known are going to be the women to whom you are attracted, who are the way you described.
Well, here's why. Because the women I'm attracted to are young and super attractive.
Okay, I was.
And so the more young and super attractive a woman is,
right,
the more likely it is that she's going to want to know when you're going to buy her a Land Rover.
That's not true.
No, it is true. Just because.
And well,
but you're not like all 10s. I have said on this program many times there are exceptions to every rule. Every rule. You are probably the exception to the rule, but that doesn't matter. Generally speaking, and I have experience with hundreds, if not thousands of women. I'm telling you, that is how it works.
That's how it works with the women who are perhaps attracted to you and to whom you are attracted.
Well, no, the women I'm attracted to are attractive and young.
Yes, but there are many young and attractive women who are not like this. And it doesn't mean that most women are that way. if they're young and attractive. It means that the ones that you happen to be drawn to, or the ones to whom...
Which are young, hot chicks.
But there's something else about them, in them.
Because
That
they're young and
attractive or
hot,
that
they've got something they can sell.
But again, I say that it's like if every black person I've ever known has ripped me off, then I'm going to say all black people are thieves.
Well, I think people do.
Like,
I think people do make generalizations like that.
And that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
But again, I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about young, hot chicks. We have narrowed it down.
Even among young, hot...
I mean, for example, it would be fair to say that poor people of any color are more likely to steal from you than rich people. That's a fact. Like it or not. Why would you say that's not true?
Look at
Who's
Cheney.
doing the stealing?
President Bush.
Really?
Cheney,
Well.
the people who own the banks, the top
Well.
10% of the wealth holders in this country, those are the thieves.
Oh, you mean people like me?
Yeah.
But because I make a good living, I'm stealing.
Well, you see, what you said isn't true. That people who... No, wait. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I say that people who are rich in argument against your argument, in rebuttal, rather, to your argument that if somebody's poor, he's more likely to steal, I say no.
I tell you what, check with the FBI. Check with any crime organization.
Hey, I'm a criminal defense attorney, too. I'll tell you, people who are poor tend to get picked up more for their crimes and put in jail, but people who are rich,
I tell you what,
Bush,
darling,
don't get prosecuted.
I imagine as an attorney, you drive a decent car, if not a great car, right?
Decent.
Yeah. All right, why don't we take your car down to the worst possible neighborhood in Los Angeles and leave the key in with the engine running?
Well,
and
if
let's
I
see.
down here at the beach in Redondo, somebody'd steal it.
Well, because let's face it, everybody goes to the beach.
Well, everywhere you go.
Rich,
there are
poor,
thieves.
everybody. All I know is I got better things to do than steal your car.
I didn't... Pardon me?
All right. Thank you. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Lizette on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
First of all, I'm not old, and I'm not ugly, and I'm not fat. So, but I don't like most of the things that you say. I have a spouse. We're not married. We've been together for 12 years.
Well, then he's not a spouse. He's not a spouse.
He considers me his spouse.
I don't care what you consider. I consider the dictionary to be the final arbiter of what a word means, and you are not a spouse.
Okay,
Nor is
fine.
he.
Fine. He treats me like I would be his wife. And we've been together for 12 years now. We don't really, either of us believe in marriage. I don't work.
And that's why you hate me? This is why you hate me?
No, you tell, these things about women and like that other women. All women are not alike. I'm not like that. I didn't pick him up. I didn't try to get pregnant. We do have 2 kids, but it wasn't because I was trying to trap him. Obviously, it wasn't for me to marry him. I'm hot. I'm 34 years old. I'm a size,
And so that's why you hate me. Well, you remember the theme here is people who hate me.
Yes, I do hate you. I hate what you stand for and all the things that you say about women. You say
what is that?
You're saying that men shouldn't, that women are just out there to try to get pregnant from men and then try to tie men down. That
many are.
But many are not. None of my friends have done that.
Again, what I have, did you hear what I've been saying on this program? You pick friends who are like yourself. So that's great. Your 12 friends are all like you. What about the other 175 million women out there?
Excuse me, my pig friends.
I said
one of my pig friends.
Darling, I know you're deaf. I know you're deaf. I said you're 12. 12, the digits 1 and 2 equals 12, okay? Your 12 friends. Your dozen friends.
Okay.
You can't hear, can you?
No, I can hear. I'm not old like you told that other lady.
I don't know what your problem is, darling. So what if your 12 friends are like you? The other 175 million women are a different story. Thank you so much.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.